I have been working in AI in education now for about 25 years. My wife was a professor of education, and I have a very strange history with education, again, having flunked out of university and then coming back and doing it all over again. And obviously, that touches on everything else. An amazing education is also the greatest health intervention in the world. I don't mean that as a metaphor. I mean it literally. You provide substantive, high quality, early childhood development into people's lives, and you change longevity and insulin sensitivity and central body mass and ischemic heart disease risk and dietary changes. And we can run through all of that. You change their economic outcomes. Now, this isn't the only thing, because there are big cultural and societal issues at play as well. There have to be jobs for people to have, but you want to change someone's life. Education is an obvious place to change. So Sam Altman, the founder, co-founder of OpenAI, one of the faces of artificial intelligence around the world, as far as I know, a man who has never built an AI system in his life, but whatever. He got up in front of the US Congress and said, imagine a world in which every kid has their own AI tutor. And it turns out that's actually fairly easy to imagine for us sci-fi nerds, because he and almost everyone else that is saying that is actually thinking of a very specific book called The Diamond Age, which had that very plot line in it. And so I can imagine that because I read that book when it came out. He read that book when it came out. We can imagine all of these things. What's interesting is that he doesn't seem to be aware that we don't have to imagine that. AI in education is maybe one of the oldest fields of applied AI outside of like chess and theorem provers. So people have been looking at AI tutors for 50 years. And there is one golden rule. If the AI ever gives the students the answer, they never learn anything. A rule which Sam doesn't seem to be aware of. Or at least he didn't when he said that to Congress. So that's a perfect example of a wonderful idea suffering from what I call the imagination disease. I can imagine a world in which this will make everything better, while not understanding, actually on net, it might genuinely make everything worse. And in fact, early research, both with students and things like gastroenterologists doing colonoscopies with AI assistants, they appear to be the humans are getting worse at their skills. And so this is kind of the domain. I'm interested in anything that makes us better under a simple rule. Not only are you better when you're using the technology, you are better than where you started when you turn it off again. And so many technologies fail that simple rule.
Yeah, I really like that.
Pushplaypods.com